Hello everyone, Galidorn back again, playing Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, so before I get into the two big things to talk about today, the Chimera and the dropping of the Yuletide Titan Event, just want to do as is customary and just give a little review of the past CVC. And so that you can see here, unfortunately we did lose. We lost by pretty much dead on 60,000 points. Put up a good struggle. We did get one of the accessories, so it's good. The other team just pushed a little bit more, but that's good. I believe that they were probably a little bit more established than my guys, and as always, shout out to all these guys. Myself, I did kind of screw myself over in terms of resources. I got into a bit of a battle with that guy right there, Chimera, and I wasted more stuff without personal rewards in this one. I switched over to Mac, my son's account, to push up some at the end. So hey, Chimera, if you're watching, I could have beat you if I wanted to and pulled it out and got more, but I decided to go over to my son's account and try to push for points there. But it was a really good effort for everybody. We all pushed really hard, and because, you know, there was no personal rewards involved, it was no real big deal if we won or not. Again, it was just the accessories. And as you can see here, this was actually our best showing. It was our highest score, so we easily attained all the milestones. And this was the first time we scored over 1 million points. So that was really, really good, a good milestone for the team. And we did pick up the accessories, so it was very, well, one of them anyway. It was good. All right, so yeah, good effort on behalf of all my clan, even though we didn't pull it out this time. Still was a very good effort, and I'm still pleased with it. So now to the main topics of today. And of course, the first and foremost, in my view anyway, is the Yuletide Titan Event that has just dropped along with the Yuletide festivities. Now this is a little confusing because you got the Yuletide festivities ending in 1 week and 2 days. I mean, isn't the Yuletide Titan Event supposed to be part of that? Because the Yuletide Titan Event is going on for 2 weeks and 5 days. Which will also go into the fusion, which you would think would be part of this, the Yuletide event. Now maybe this is a typo. Maybe it's meant to be 2 weeks and 2 days, or 2 weeks and 1 day. Who knows?
Who the fuck cares?
Because we'll look at the calendar in Plarium Play shortly. But however, we can assume that the fusion is going to be for this Mrs. here, Mrs. Claus, since why would they have her there? She's not a champion in the game yet, although she can be seen right here, prominently in the display for Christmas, which is very nice, I must say. Just one issue with it that I have. I wish they had done more than Jingle Hunter. Yes, he does have his place. However, maybe not have 3 of them there? Anyway, that's just a little nitpick, but it looks very, very nice. Very festive. I think this is the best Christmas layout they've had so far. It seems to have more stuff.
Don't touch my stuff.
So anyway, back to the Yuletide events. First, we'll talk about the Titan event. And I'm not going to get into, you know, my old rant on Raid letting us know big things before they drop.
If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place!
It looks like it's becoming more prevalent for various reasons. We just have to accept that. Don't have to like it, but that's what they're doing, and it's becoming way more prevalent than it used to be. So, anyway, the ultimate goal of the Titan event is Sir Nicholas. Now, here's the thing. Nick has been in the game for quite a long time. He was the first Christmas fusion. I think it was Christmas of 2019. I'm not sure. Either 19 or 20. So yeah, he's been in the game almost as long as the game's been around. Thing is, he used to be super awesome, but he's been power crept. So if this had happened maybe 3 years ago, I'd be thinking, yeah, this is the guy that I really have to get. However, if I spend all my resources to get him, I might put the fusion in jeopardy for his companion. And I do think she should be a companion to him, even though his kit doesn't list any companion. Let's take a quick look at it. As we can see, she's not in here yet. Anyway, we'll look at Mr. Claus, old Death Santa here. Right now, he doesn't have anything showing in his kit for a companionship. But I'm guessing at some point he may get his kit changed to include something with Mrs. Claus. It just makes sense that there would be a companion champ to him. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'm out to lunch on this. But anyway, I think that's reasonable to assume that she should be a companion to him. Anyway, he's been a little bit power crept. I have champs that can fill the role that he would fill for me, you know, even in arena. So getting him is not that big of a concern right now. I'll try to pursue him as best I can, but I don't want to jeopardize the fusion for Mrs. Claus. And I'm hoping that Mrs. Claus's kit will be a good one, worth going for. Because if we look into the current events that are going on to get these snow points, we see that this is a trend that, or I should say a feature, that Raid is expanding on now. So Plarium and the Raid devs have really committed into melding these big events together.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It was a little while back, I can't remember what fusion it was, but one of the events at the end, I believe it was a Summon Rush, had the points for a Titan event, and everybody was up in arms about combining this and how nobody was really made aware of it. But now, yeah, we have become to think of this as a feature because they've really leaned heavily into it on this one. As you can see, for this Stokk, which I'm not going for, earns snow points here in Artifact Enhancement. Summon Rush earns snow points. And then with the Summon Rush, here's the decision I have to make. I pulled quite a lot of shards recently, and I plan to build back my shard pools for the upcoming fusion. However, we see here that there's an enormous amount of shards available. There are 300 shards available in this Summon Rush. Now, we don't have a schedule on this. They never give out schedules for the Titan event, and we don't know what the schedule obviously is going to be like for the fusion, because we don't even know anything about the fusion, except for the day that it'll be starting, and I'll get to that once I look at Plarium play. I will show the breakdown of the points and what you can miss, because that's all we have right now. It would be helpful if Raid could do out a schedule of events for a Titan event, like they do for a fusion, so you can see the breakdown of things that you can miss and whatnot. Right now, we know the total number of points and the total number we can miss, but we can't really strategically plan out
Our reconnaissance is a total shambles.
what we can do to get the required points that we need. But right here, this factors in big to it, so right off the bat, I have to think if I'm going to participate in this Summon Rush to at least get some of the points, and I think I may, but I'll have to think that over in the time I have left for it. Anyway, back to the Titan event itself. So you need 2,000 points to get Sir Nick. And if we look at what Raid has given us for the breakdown, so this is what we have. So there'd be 500 points that we'll just get free by signing in the game and whatnot. I don't remember getting any today, but I'm thinking that the next reset, there'll probably be points to be had. So anyway, that means you need to get 1,500 points from all the remaining events and tournaments. So you can get 2,500, and it only takes 2,000. That means you can miss 500. Now,
Obviously,
now, if I totally miss out on the Summon Rush and don't pull any shards, that means I'm down to 200 that I could miss.
Yes, I went to kindergarten.
So I could totally get away from the Summon Rush, and I could still get old Death Santa here. So now let's look how things play out in Plarium Play, because even though we don't get like a traditional schedule like we will get for a fusion, we do see what's coming up in Plarium Play. So right now, Friday, December 6th, as you can see, the starting day of the Yuletide Titan Event. We do see there's a Hero's Path coming up with snow points. Don't know what that involves. It says complete event objectives. I'm not going to try and guess what that is. I'm thinking Soul Stones had to be involved in this one. I don't have that many Soul Stones, so I'm thinking that's a place where I also have to think that I'm not going to be getting any points. Now it plays out like a normal thing would. You have Dragon, Fire Knight, Spider tournaments. You know, you'll have your Classic Arena, which is going on right now. Your regular stuff, your Artifact Enhancement, Champion Training, of course. Because there's a Summon Rush in this Yuletide Titan event, I'm thinking that it might not be shards. So Soul Stones, I'm leaning towards. And there is also a Champion Chase involved. So again, shards. So if you want Santa, you're going to have to pull shards. How many shards will I pull to ensure that I can still do the fusion? I don't know. Which means that I have to make the choice of, do I want to commit to getting the fusion?
Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Wait.
Or do I want to truly chase after Sir Nick? And I'm leaning towards just sitting on what I have to go after the fusion. So we know that Monday the 16th is probably the start of the fusion. Because in the past, they ended the warm-up events the day before fusion started, if I remember correctly. And now they have the warm-up event extended a day going into the first day of the fusion. So they've been starting these fusions. The last one started on a Monday. The ongoing Stokk fusion started on a Monday. So I'm pretty sure that the fusion will start on Monday the 16th.
Yes, I'm sure, bitch.
So if I look at my shards, because that's going to be the big deciding factor. As you can see here, I am able to pull 9 right now for the summon rush, because 25 is my minimum for any fusion. I do have some sacreds to pull if I decide to go after the 100 points. Looking here for champion chase, at least in the fusion, I do have these 3, Mod, Vassal, and Chromax, to pull out.
You should pull that out. That shit is not cool.
For the champion chase that will be involved in the fusion. There's no way that I can do both the champion chase and the summon rush and still do the fusion. If soul stones are in the hero's path, I'm probably not going to be able to get anything in the hero's path. And for the summon rush, if I pulled 9 voids, 1 sacred, 4 ancients, and make up the difference with mystery shards, I could get 100 points here. I'll have to think if I want to do that. Because right now, if I don't get this, I can't count on anything in the hero's path, and the champion chase probably won't be a thing either. And most likely I'll miss out on Sir Nick. But as I said, he's not the draw that he used to be. So that's a decision I'm going to have to make over the next couple days. He's a known quantity. He's still decent. Less effective for me now. I don't know what the fusion champ is.
I don't know.
However, I do think that I can set my sights on getting at least past milestone 4 for the sacred and all the other good stuff that comes in.
It's nice.
Okay, so that's my assessment, and what I know right now is I don't know. That's the long and short of it. Now, what else has dropped today, of course, is the new Chimera clan boss. And I wish I had my time back and recorded what I did, but I didn't. And I accepted my runs, so I don't have anything to show you on that except for the results. Right now in Chimera Clash, we've got a healthy lead. I've used my 2 keys. I did 1 fight on easy, 1 fight on normal. I don't think my clan's going to push past on that. As you can see, we defeated easy. So my easy key opened normal for us. I don't know if if my clan's going to be able to finish that. Hopefully we do, but obviously we're not going to go into hard. Although we might, but since I've used my keys, I don't think we're going to score many points. Right now we are sitting at 297. And I'm just working on some teams now to see what can be the best. I went heavy on protection in easy and really only had 1 damage dealer in Thor. I think I could have got more points than this if I had maybe sank in some more damage. Because as we know, it's a timer on the boss. He leaves at 65 turns. So you have to do all your damage in that. So the old strategies of toughing it out and whatnot, it's more of a DPS race on this one. So because I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, I kind of, didn't do the DPS thing so much. I learned my lesson a bit. Because then I went into normal, and I put in 3 of my biggest hitters with some protection. Keeping Ancora in the lead. I feel good with her in the lead. This time I threw in Rio. Figured she was good for whatever healing and cleansing I needed, because Ancora does it as well, to go along with these guys here. Rathlos did most of the work. Septimus came in well. Thor was a little down compared to what he did in easy, but that was because the nature of these guys are doing a lot of damage. And one thing I really noticed was the skill where the boss in one of his forms reflects damage back. I could have scored a lot more points if these guys didn't spend a lot of time on the deck from hitting the boss really hard and then dying and then having to wait for Ancora to come back. So here's something I'm taking away from this. Self-healing is very important for your big damage dealers. So I'm thinking that 2 sets that might come back into great use for this boss are Bloodthirst and Lifesteal. Because if you put your heavy hitters in damaging gear, like damaging stats with Lifesteal and Bloodthirst, when they hit, they might be able to counteract that form of the boss that kills them if they smash them really hard and it reflects back the damage. So just a thought. Now, I'm not going to re-gear my champs for this, but if I build any kind of damage dealer for Chimera in the future, that's going to be what I consider. It's going to be Bloodthirst or Lifesteal gear for them, along with a 2 set of damaging or whatnot and damaging on the accessories. And of course, we have the relics coming in, this new system. Don't really want to discuss that right now. The one relic that we got for the tutorial, I decided to put on Thor. So possibly, you know, that's something we could think of in terms of the Chimera. You know, I'm not going to re-gear my champs, is to set something up with the relics to, you know, increase the damage for that boss. So, okay guys, that's it for today. Kind of boring, sorry about that. I promise my next video will be a bit more exciting, whether I pull shards or do something else. Wish I could have shown you the Chimera boss, I didn't think about it. Went ahead and completed it, and then I was like, ah, damn, I should have recorded that. Anyway, I hope you are excited for the Yuletide events. I hope that you're preparing for a good Christmas with you and your family. Hope that all else is well in your life, and you're feeling good about things these days, either in Raid or just in life. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.